Now behind the net, it's Emma Malte. She feeds the point, and that shot rings around the end boards. Sarah Nurse on the ice now for Toronto. Emma Malte goes across for Maggie Connors. Connors carries it behind the net. Up high, and a shot by Flanagan. Traffic in front, they score! It's Sarah Nurse who lights the lamp just over a minute into this game.
New York gets caught a little bit sloppy in their own zone, and Toronto makes them pay for it. No team in the league has generated more offense from the grease pan area, the slot area, than Toronto. And they go to work. They want to puck down low. Natalie Spooner talked about it in the pregame about establishing a forecheck and winning those pucks below the goal line. Nurse plants herself in front. Toronto with a good entry. They maintain possession. They get net front presence. When Nurse popped out is when she opened up some space for her.
Lex lost it momentarily. A chance in front for Malte off her backhand, and a save for Levy. Carpenter speeding ahead to try to catch up to the loose puck. Natalie Spooner fights her off. Still battling as Spooner's taken down. No additional call coming. Toronto still on the power play. Malte behind the net for Nurse. Back for Malte. Malte. Now Nurse behind the net looking for a lane. Back to Malte. Feeds the point for Fast. Fast over to Miller. Back for Fast. Fast a shot, and she scores! May have been tipped in front by Sarah Nurse, but Toronto strikes on the power play.
I'm wondering if they're going to take a look at this. Right after the puck went in, the first thing that Abigail Levy did was signal the officials she thought it was a high stick. The officials right now are conferring. It's a really good looking play. As Fast gets the puck here, delivers it to the net through traffic. And there you see this puck hitting the stick. I don't think it's above the crossbar. The stick has got to be underneath the crossbar for the goal to count. And whether or not it hit the stick, it might have also hit a glove. Now,
Speed tries to feed it across for Bach. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Collected by Rougeau. Bach tries to bank it along the boards, up for Leslie. Olivia Knowles across for Rougeau. Jamie Bourbonnais. Bourbonnais jamming away at it. One of the leaders of this New York team. Here comes Toronto once more. Rebecca Leslie taken down by LaBelle. No call coming. Looks like she lost an edge. Now a drive, and they score! Alexa Vasco with her second goal of the season makes it 3-0. How about Vasco, Dave? Her only other goal came against New York back on January 5th. There's just something about being in this state that suits her.
guess she loves the Big Apple. Once again, Toronto went on a forecheck, and Vasco sneaks this one. This is definitely one that Levy would like back. Howard comes in, good on the forecheck, seals the wall, and Vasco is the third forward. Saves some time, saves some ice, waits for the little chip out, gets around Zandy Hart.
Montreal just took over first place with a regulation win yesterday. Toronto has enjoyed that top spot for much of this season and trying to get it back with their own regulation win today. Emma Woods tried to go down low for Carpenter. Jaguar tried to feed the slot, nobody home, and here comes Toronto. It's Comfer in with speed, across for Vasco again. Comfer collided with Zandy Hart. Both players go down. Now Carpenter streaking down the near side. Chips it along the boards. She's taken down. Jaguar had it taken off her stick by Kogan. Turnbull banks it along the boards. A pass for Comfer. Back and forth we go.
Good hit by Hopson, 6 in green, the neutral zone to break up that rush.
5 minutes gone here in the middle frame. Sarah Nurse, 2 goals in the first period. Followed up by a goal just moments ago by Vasco. Rock sends it into the corner, picked up by Spooner. Now Spooner, top of the slot, she scores! Natalie Spooner nets her 16th of the season, and Toronto opens up a 4-0 lead.
Spooner coming laterally across the tops of the circles. You and I talked a little bit earlier about she is one of the players in the league that can score from distance with her release, puts it through a little bit of traffic. You can see Levy was trying to track the puck as she turned her glove over, the goaltender for New York. And as that came through, does it change directions? It doesn't, but she was trying to line it up in the stick of Nurse, who wound up not touching the puck. A lot of buzz, which I think is going to be awesome.
Well, remember when we caught up with Ken Klee, the head coach of Minnesota, a while back? Minnesota at the time was in the top spot in the standings, and he said, I actually don't really know if I want to be #1 because I don't want that bulletin board material for the other team, knowing that we picked them to play.
Right. That's when you fake the coin toss and say, we're just going to flip this, and whoever wins.
Sarah Nurse, the hat trick! Second effort by Sarah Nurse, and she finds the back of the net for the 3rd time today. It's her first hat trick in the PWHL.
What's Toronto done well all game? They've caused turnovers in the offensive zone, and they caused another one. New York can't get out of its own end, as once again they seal the middle so well. And then Nurse with a second effort, another grease pan goal for her. She wins a battle off the initial play. So here's the first pass that gets picked off. What does Nurse do? She goes into action, just throws one towards the front of the net, then beats her check back to the front of the net, picked it off well.
Ella Shelton back on the ice, sends it deep for New York. Penalty over. Leslie tried to play it ahead and said Knowles will go behind the net. As Victoria Bach finds Leslie at the red line. Here's Howard. Howard tried to take the shot, and they score again! Abby Levy sprawling on the ice. Kind of a bouncing puck on a broken play, but it ends in a 6-0 lead for Toronto. Looks like Howard will get credit.
Howard goes to the net hard as Toronto's 4th line gets on the board. Howard throws this one to the front. It gets blocked by Bourbonnais. Just another good play by Bourbonnais. And Toronto follows up. And Leslie's there to poke it home. Bourbonnais with a really good play, but Toronto gets inside their checks once again.
The MVP conversation across the league. Oh, that off the iron, and they say it's a good goal. New York on the board. Abby Rock will get credit for that one. Just a laser off the iron and in.
We've talked a lot about Toronto's players and their ability to go to the front of the net. One of the better net front players in the league is Abby Rock. And when she invests herself down there, she's hard to move and she creates a ton of havoc. Shot by Shelton through the front, up off the stick of Rock, and you can see it climb its way up the post and in off the back of the net. Here's another good replay. Rock gets her stick down, pops it up. Absolutely, it's a goal. Great call by the official on the line. And New York pulls within 6-1. Rock wide open. Nobody.
Their standings, their position in the standings, rather. Meanwhile, Toronto going home to finish up against Minnesota on Wednesday, and then Ottawa next Sunday. And they score! Brooke Hopson with her first goal in the PWHL.
And you can see the excitement from her teammates. Howie Draper talked about it's a tight-knit group despite the fact that they've had some trials and tribulations during the course of the season. Really nice play by Hopson. Look at her get on her horse here. Quick movement. Going lateral across the line. As soon as she finds the opening, she slips it through. Heads up the entire time. Gets the head back up to make a final check. You got Saulnier in front of the net taking care of Campbell. Well executed. There's a lane to the net that opens. And that's a puck with eyeballs.